Hi there. As you can probably tell, I'm on my bike today for a change. I don't ride it very often because I'm lazy, a lazy bugger, but I felt today, let's make the effort, get out onto the road in the fresh air, get some exercise. I have a plan to make it a bit more interesting. I have got my camera with me, and the plan is to take one good photo. Just one, that's all I ask. Something interesting, something I look at and say, yeah, I like that. I don't really know what that photo will be, but I'm in the countryside. Anything that takes my eye, you know, anything that looks interesting, I'll take a photo, and hopefully it's a good shot. So let's get back on the bike and see if we can find something. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm not very fit. Thank you. Cheers. So I just stopped here. I've got a bit of a kind of half dead tree here, top half of the tree. I kind of like that. I think that makes for an interesting photo, so I'm going to see if I can get anything from it. So I'm just sporting a standard zoom today, 16 to 50 on the Fujifilm X-T5. That's because I don't know what I'm going to encounter today, so I thought it was just easier and just to carry light. Not the best light today either, but we'll make do with this, see what we can get. Take a few different angles. Do you like getting a nice out of focus foreground to frame the image? Sometimes make something quite interesting. Let's go a bit further back there. If I can get a bit more in focus and frame it through these leaves here. It stops blowing. Right, that's that. Let's move on to somewhere else. I've got a footpath ahead. Anything good on here? What I do like, that row of trees in front of me there, and the dead looking tree next to it. That's quite a nice view. I mean, it would be fantastic if there was some sunlight coming through. Wait for the jogger to clear the area. What do you reckon? Because we're in the middle of a drought at the moment in the UK, I'd say probably a lot of Europe as well, it's nice to see some actual crops growing, but I'm sure farmers out there will tell me that these don't look very healthy crops. So you can see the difference in colour here. It's very yellow on this edge. And these ones, a bit greener. But they don't look very tall. Probably facing in the wrong direction really for the light. I wonder if the farmer has just left this bit. So it looks like the rest of this field's been done, but that's just left. Maybe it just wasn't worth doing anything with. Now there's a chance I won't actually get a shot I like today. Maybe one or two that are quite nice, but that one shot that says yes, that makes it feel worth it, it might not come. But it doesn't really matter sometimes. Sometimes it's just about getting out. Like I say, making a change for me, getting out on the bike, rather than just sitting at home watching rubbish on telly. Yeah, just get outside. Don't have any expectations of taking that good shot. It's just a bonus if you do. Here's another dead tree. What I like about this one, the leading lines we've got there. So I'm going to see if we can do something with that. See if I can get in this sort of crisscross here. That quite leads nicely to that tree. That's nice. Let's put it at f8 so we've got good sharpness. going to focus sort of a third of the way in, which will hopefully give us sharpness all the way through. Quite like that. Let's just try it over a little bit, find a different perspective. So we've almost got an, I was going to say an arrow, but that arrow there is actually pointing away from the dead tree. Not that that's a massive problem, but let's just see what we can do with that. So I think that first one back there might be the shot. Might change my mind once I get it on the screen, but you can judge all the shots if you like and tell me whether they're good or not. I think we're heading back home now, if I've read the map correctly. So hope we might see something else on the way, we might not. Back on the bike. I've just seen a church, which I didn't know was here. Graveyard and everything, so let's just go and take a look. Funny stubby little tower. So this is another bit of fun when you're on the bike. You often see things you don't when you're driving in a car, because obviously you've got to keep an eye on where you're going. Well, you do on a bike as well, of course, but you've got a better view around you. So yeah, nice little church. Look at that place over there. Fancy living in that place. Lovely. Cycle route. Let's see what happens this way. Well, as you can probably tell, I didn't find anything else to photograph that caught my eye. Maybe it'd been different if there was a better light, but there wasn't. Never mind. I've got a lot of exercise today, which is brilliant. So, if you enjoyed that, if you did, let me know. Like and subscribe. If you want to see me out of breath more, give me a shout. Sure, we can make it happen. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, bye bye. Whew.